Good morning. Hello. Getting ready to flow here at Flex and Flow. Hitting the live feed. Good morning. Let's give everyone a moment to catch up. Hi, Kate. Good morning. Oh. Happy Friday. Hope you're all ready for just a gentle, easeful flow to get yourselves started today. Hello. Hello, Brosh. Hi. Okay, we'll give it another moment or so, another minute. Have everything you need with you there at your mats. Hope you had a wonderful week. If there's any requests, feel free to throw some in. Casey, oh, hi, Casey. And we will begin on the back today. So take your time getting over to your mat. Yeah, I'll head over there and meet you. So coming onto your back, taking up a shape similar to Shavasana, rhomboid stretches, okay. Well, let's start on the back. Let's reach the arms up. Whenever you get there is fine. And take a moment to rock the tops of your shoulders back and forth. And just noticing the weight across the upper back. Noticing any of your asymmetries. Maybe the weight leans more to one side than the other. And then flexing the wrists, pulling the fingers towards the face, pushing the fleshy part of the palm upwards. Pause somewhere that feels neutral, where your arms just feel pretty light. And allow your upper back to grow heavy. And we'll bring some focused breath into that upper back space for a few moments, maybe across the chest and the diaphragm. Notice any stickiness, any stiffness. And let the exhale just move through that. And then turn your wrists the other way, bringing the palms to press kind of down. Your fingers might curl back to try to touch the forearms, but press up through the back of the wrist there. And then let's just release the arms out to the side of our body, bring the palms to the floor, and then start to stack the legs up. Dorsiflex the ankle, pull the toes towards the shin. And let's just rock, pressing the heels away and then pulling the toes towards us. Then notice the ease of rocking, or maybe for you this feels a little stiff today. So again, just observing without judgment, feeling how your body is operating this morning. Noticing if maybe one foot wants to go a little faster. That's my left side. Again, just acknowledging. And then let's pause somewhere that feels light for the legs and easy to hold them up. Go on and press your toes away to plantar flexion, or you might call that pointing by abbreviation. Just press the fronts of the ankles wide. And let's begin to draw the knees towards the chest. Let's reach the arms wide and up and around to hug into the shins. Spread between the shoulder blades as you tuck your chin down towards your chest. Stay here hovering. Low belly breath. And then some simple movement. We'll press all four limbs away from the center, draw the back down into the floor, and then curl in. Press away. Maybe this is your inhale, and your exhale draws you together. Inhale. The head might lean all the way back if your neck is needing that today. I'll show a few rounds. Draw in. Away. Really expansive, almost coming out of the joints of the shoulders and the hip sockets. Next time you come up to hug the knees into your chest, rock your knees to the left. Let yourself roll onto your left shoulder. Reach your right arm across your body to the left side of the room and press the palm away. And then we'll take the back of the right hand to the floor and we'll trace a big arch up and overhead to the right, opening the chest. So trace up and around, back to the left, closing the heart towards the left side of the room. And then up and overhead to the right, leaning the back of the heart into the floor. And just do that a few times. Reach really long with the arm. Let the arm draw the action. Depending how fast you're going, 1 or 2 more rounds. Pausing, open in the twist when you're ready. Engage the inner thighs, press the knees together and pull them back through center. And then rocking over to the right with the knees, let yourself roll onto your right chest, or right waist rather. Reach the left arm across the body, and then we'll trace up and around the head, over to the left, reach away, twist the heart, and then up and over to the right. And just do that. Don't worry, maybe your hand isn't on the floor, that's okay. Just keep moving the action, opening the chest. Some of that pec might begin to stretch this morning, maybe the armpit. And for some reason, when I do this, it makes me feel like a synchronized swimmer. So maybe you're imagining yourself in a glistening pool of water this morning. That sounds really nice right about now to me. And another round or 2, depending how quickly you're going, but there's no race. Eventually we'll land and hold a twist, expand the arms apart, full breath in, full breath out. Press your knees together, use the inner thighs and your low abdominals, bring them back through center. From here, let's rock onto our sitting bones. A little bit of flexion still in the heart if that feels okay for you to begin with, and then we'll press the heels away, and then we'll rock back, legs straight, and then come back up and squeeze the knees towards the sitting bones. And then lean the heart back, press. We'll take a little rock, keep the legs really strong, and then pull in towards your center. Press into your boat, rock back into your back, in, and squeeze the thighs to chest. One more time, up, rock back, in, give your legs a squeeze and release your feet. From here, reach your peace sign fingers around your big toes or hold the outer arches of your feet. We'll come into happy baby from a seated position. Let your knees come out. side of your arms, press your sitting bones down and let your heart be wide. Gently hug the knees into the arms as you press the feet forward while pulling them back with the fingers or the hands. One more breath, and then we'll meet in downward facing dog. So however you get there, maybe you want to play rocking a little bit to the feet, planting the hands, and stepping back. This first round, I'm really focused on lengthening my lower back. So I'm going to keep a slight bend in my knees and jaw, or anchor my sitting bones towards my heels, while pressing lightly into the hands and firming the armpits. Belly might begin to lift and protect the back by widening. But make sure you can move it with your breath. Let's begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. Come towards the back of your mat a little bit there. And then rolling up through the spine, let your knees bend, tailbone long, so anchor the sitting bones down towards the heels. Take a moment and lift up with a shrug of your shoulders towards your ears, and then as you come tall, your elbows lift. Keep following the elbows and the arms up, hands start to open up overhead. From here, we'll drop the right hand down and squeeze for the right heel. Bring it towards sitting bone. So quad stretch. Let's just drop the thigh and lift the heart. Big breath in, big breath out. Release the right foot, swing it forward, reach the right arm up, and step forward into the right foot. Drop the left hand, squeeze the left heel towards the bum, catch the ankle, quad stretch. Thigh down, heart up, inhale. And release, swing it forward. Step. One more time, the right side. Hug towards your midline. Release, swing it forward, step. And one more time, left side, reach for the ankle. Draw in, up and down. And release. Standing at the top of the mat. Take a moment in your Tadasana. Palms might come together. One more breath here. And forward fold. Start to pull the heart up halfway. We'll step the right toes back, anchor the heel, and open up into triangle pose. Now, if you need to stand up first, you're welcome to take this version where your left hand is on your hips and your right arm reaches to the sky. One more breath. Close it down, bend your left knee, spin that right heel up and place the knee to the floor. We'll inhale up through Anjaneyasana. Spread the front of your right thigh. Maybe you're leaning back more than forward with your pelvis. And then hands to floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Rock forward to your high plank pose. Take a moment, lift yourself up, and then lower yourself down. Cobra, start to draw your heart forward. Root your, or anchor your pubic bone down. Send your tail back. One more breath. Maybe feeling the elbows today move apart instead of together. And then relax. Come up and over to downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Roll yourself up to stand. The elbows will rise. The hands will flip open. Inhale at the top. Right hand comes down, squeezes for the inside of your right foot. If you can, draw the heel in. For this one, just a little activation. Press the foot into the hand, but keep the heart tall. Swing it forward, right arm up, left hand down right away. Catch the inside of your left foot. Press the foot into the hand. Release and swing it forward. One more time, the right. Catch and press. Release. One more time, the left. Catch. Press. Release. Top of the mat. Slow breath in. Slow breath out, forward fold. Lengthen your heart. Step your left foot back and bring your heel to the floor. Come up for triangle pose. Pelvis stays forward, heart rolls open. Again, you can take this version where you bring your hand up to your hip and just gently press the pelvis there for stability. One more breath. Close it down. Left knee to the floor, left heel will pop. Inhale, lift up through Anjaneyasana. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step it right back. A full round of breath. High plank pose, bringing yourself forward, adjusting for your lower down. Cobra upward facing, strong press in all directions. All sides of feet and hands. And then back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. We'll skip those dancers and get back to that later. Let's bend the knees. Look to the hands. And travel top of the mat. Lengthen spine forward. Lengthen the neck. And then fold. Press and rise all the way up to stand. Inhale. Let's lean over to the right. And you can do that by bringing your big toes together, pressing the inner ankles up and zipping your midline as you arch your body over. Or if your feet are a little wider apart, totally fine, but engage, press the big toes, lift the thighs, and lift those left ribs. Now, if this makes you short of breath, that's okay. Just lifting through the diaphragm. Try and exhale from the mouth maybe. We'll be here 2 more breaths. Really give it some focus. To release that side, let's roll the arm down and then shake out the wrists and then come back up through the middle and lean over to the left. Take your time, feel the support of your feet and also the lengthening and lifting into that lateral bend to the left. Move the breath however you need out to relax through that side waist, probably part of the right diaphragm side. One more breath. And let's roll ourselves down through the middle, shake out the hands. And then come into a chair pose, bringing the feet together if you'd like. Start by dropping through the legs and then swinging the arms up. Pull the belly back a little bit, send the tailbone down. One more breath. Forward fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Step the right foot back and open up into triangle. Inhale through the top. As we exhale down through that Anjaneyasana, right knee to the floor. Inhale up through your center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Press up and back to 3-legged dog. Left leg will lift up behind us. Full breath in. Bend the knee on the exhale, lift the groins, press the right heel down. Notice the weight change across your hands, and then resist pulling your neck. One more breath. Swing the left foot forward. Inhale through the heart. Step the right foot forward, exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Just a quick little vinyasa here each side. Full breath in. Full breath out. Forward fold. Heart lengthens halfway. Left toe step back. Open out. Triangle pose. Lift the heart. Take up space. Close it down, Anjaneyasana, knee to the floor, inhale up through that heart, drag the feet. Hands to the mat, right heel to the sky, three-legged dog, slowly sweep it back. Lift with the thigh and the glute. Follow the exhale to bend the knee, and then open the thigh up. One more breath. Swing the right knee to the chest. Step the foot to the hands. Look forward. Inhale. Step forward to the top of the mat. Exhale and fold. Inhale through chair pose. Bottom of the exhale, sit all the way down. Boat pose, lift up, inhale. We'll rock onto the back, hands behind the head. Draw the chin slightly towards the chest. Start to bend the knees. And we'll just lift and then slowly draw the left elbow and the right knee together. Once you're there, press your left heel away. Keep drawing your middle in. And then pulse the left heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw the knees together. Rock back with the head. Take a breath in and out. Start to draw the left knee and the right elbow slowly together. Press your back into the floor. Begin to extend your right heel and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Draw your inner thighs towards each other. Last one. Knees together. Lean back. Arms out. Feet down. Take your knees to knock. Rock side to side a little bit if you'd like. And then you can also add a quick hug over your chest with your arms. Get your fingertips and hook them around the shoulder blades if you can, or maybe right into some of the shoulder blade flesh. Just press around for a moment. Last breath in and out. We'll release the wrap if we have it. And once again, meeting in downward facing dog. You can be playful and rock and roll a few times. You can add a vinyasa if you would like, if that's appealing this morning. Drawing up. Back to downward facing dog. We'll play with some dancing warrior sequence here. Repetitive, warmth building. Bring the awareness around your hip sockets as you move those thighs. Right heel to the sky. Bend the knee and lift the groins. And swing the foot between the hands. We'll rise up, warrior 2. With the exhale, settle into the pose, lifting that inner right thigh up. Inhale, next, reverse the warrior up and back. We'll exhale and tap outside of the right ankle, left arm up. Inhale and reverse. Exhale, tap the right hand inside the right ankle, left hand up. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Three-legged dog. We'll add on just a little sequence here. Exhale, knee to left armpit under the body. Inhale up. And downward facing dog. Left heel to the sky. Inhale. Bend the knee, lift the hip, open the thigh up. Swing that foot between the hands. Step up into warrior two. The exhale to set into the pose. Left thigh is lifting up and back, heart wide. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale, tap outside of the ankle. Right arm up. Inhale to reverse. Pelvis stays very supportive. Exhale, tap inside of the ankle. Inhale to reverse. Cartwheel, hands, chest towards floor. Three-legged dog, inhale. One time, exhale, squeeze the right knee toward, or left knee towards the right arm. And then inhale back up, three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here. Taking it through your flow. Or just a quick child's pose if you need. A full breath back in that downward facing dog. We have one more round each side. Inhale, right heel lifts. Bend the knee, lift the thigh, exhale. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, step down, start to rise up, warrior two with your inhale. Exhale to settle in. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, tap the outer ankle. Left hand to sky. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, tap the inner ankle. Left hand to the sky. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, hands to floor. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee squeezes under towards the left arm. It doesn't have to touch. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee and lift the thigh up. Inhale, squeeze it forward, step through. Follow the exhale to warrior two. Land the exhale next in the pose. Reverse with your inhale. Tap behind the ankle. Right arm up. Inhale to reverse. Remember, lift the navel with you here. Exhale, tap inside of the ankle. Inhale to reverse. Cartwheel the hands down to the top of the mat. Three-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Draw it under towards the right arm. Inhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Optional flow through vinyasa, lowering. Take your time. We'll meet downward facing dog. And then just start to walk the hands towards the feet towards the hands, until you're in a Pada Hastasana. From here, tuck fists loosely onto the floor, bend your knees to let this happen, or walk the hands underneath your feet, hips with distance or shoulders with distance apart. From here, let the head drop off. Engage into that space behind your heart and between your shoulder blades. Try and wrap the elbows in a little bit today. And if you want more of a stretch, you might lengthen the arms by pressing the toes down really strongly and engaging up the legs. Or maybe you want to just settle in and let your elbows wing out. Just noticing, playing around with the different sensations when you change the action subtly in each pose. Let's release this. Come to hands and knees. Come into cow pose, pull the heart forward. Maybe the elbows have a little bend in them today. And then round into cat pose. Let the low back just dip right off. Inhale through cow pose. Exhale through cat pose. Any little movements there, adding, subtracting. You can press back and forth a few times on each side. Just get creative with this. Explore your spine, how it moves, how it's offered allowance to move based on your joints and your skeletal structure. So no worries what it looks like. Come into this sensation. Another round or two. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Take your time. Right heel starts to lift as you're ready. Let's just keep that leg straight and then externally rotate, lifting the inner thigh up. The big toe will turn towards the floor. And then internally rotate, drop the thigh back down, and then pull the knee to the chest and step the foot through. Triangle pose again. Let your left heel root, take up space. Draw up that right thigh as you turn your heart open and expand. One more breath. Close the left hand and the chest back down, and let's turn the pelvis a bit by rotating the left heel to the ceiling, and then we'll slide the left heel in to shorten the base. From there, keep that right leg lengthening up to the sky. Start to pull your heart forward and reach your right arm forward. And then we'll twist the right arm open, left fingertips to floor. Maybe they begin to kind of crawl over to the top of the right foot. Hug your inner thighs towards each other. Lift your pelvis instead of maybe feeling it sinking down. See if you can feel it lift up. One more breath. Ooh, everyone's liking this. Getting a lot of hearts right now. And then exhale. Soften that right knee. Let yourself just bounce a little bit. Okay, three-legged dog. Take your right leg up and back. And then we'll rock into our hands and left knee. Turn the left leg back. Lift the right arm up, supported side plank, and we'll squeeze for that right ankle. Reach back, quad stretch. Pull the heel towards the thumb. Lengthen the heart away. Feel that action of dancer's pose start to come into play. Press the foot back into the hand, lengthen the heart forward. And release. High plank pose. Travel to downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Let's keep the leg straight or straighter, and then externally rotate. Just roll into that hip socket, lift the inner thigh up, squeeze the side of your glutes, and then internally rotate the thigh, close the pelvis down, and step the foot between the hands. Come into your triangle shape, adjust your feet however you need, whether that's heel to heel or even wider than that. Heart lengthens up, strong reach of the arms. Draw your shoulder heads back, neck long and forward. Couple breaths here. Close the right hand down to the floor. Now notice this right hip is really high. It's opening the pelvis towards the ceiling. You're going to close it down. Step the right foot out as much as you need to, and then root the foot. Lift up the left hip, left thigh, left arm reaches, and then turn on the axis of your heart. Open through that chest. Lifting the pelvis up. Maybe energetically that feels accessible instead of anchoring the pelvis down. And then that right hand might walk over to the top of the left foot. One more breath. Bend the left knee, close the hand, and just bounce at the thigh. Three-legged dog with the left leg back. And then bring it to right knee and hands. Swing your right leg behind you to roll open into that supported side plank variation. And then squeeze the left heel towards the bum, catch the foot. Lengthen out the quad here, roll the heart forward and away from the knee. After a couple breaths, I want to press the foot into the hand, find that arch like dancer. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other as you lift the heart. Release, high plank, close it down. We'll meet in a quick child's pose. Up and over the legs. I'm going to take my knees a little bit wider today, and as I do that, pressing into my outer hips, wrapping them back and down, and then reaching the heart forward. Letting the hands rest back behind you. Maybe the head is to one side or forehead down. For the next few moments, just being with the compression at your hip crease there. Staying here or beginning to turn this into rabbit's pose, bring your knees together, inner knees together, and gently draw your inner ankles in and up so that the legs begin to ignite. We'll start to lean the upper back forwards. We'll lift off of the seat while hugging in, bring the top of the head down. Hands are on my bum right now, or lower back, and then you might slide them towards your heels. Draw your shoulder blades across your upper back. Gently press the back of your heart forward. The head has barely any weight on it, so not jamming the head into the floor. Instead, use the lift of your hips and the arch of your spine to support your head and neck. Once you have that, if that feels accessible, you can start to draw your chin towards your chest and get your head even closer to your knees. Let that release. From your child's pose, come to seated hero's pose. Same with rabbit, we'll just meet here and just shrug and rock the shoulders in some circles back and forth. A few slow, deep breaths. And let it out. Coming back to downward facing dog. Adding a little vinyasa in if you would like, playing around with different shapes. Right leg to the sky. Bend the knee and lift the hip up. And we'll swing the right foot forward, step it down. From lunge, we'll take revolved lunge, start to float the heart over the right thigh, and then revolve, left elbow plants, right hand plants, press up here. Hug the right hip in. So if the tendency is to let the hip dictate the action, so maybe it's pulling you way out to the right, take your sitting bone, find it with your fingers, and wrap it so it feels more in track with the underside of your thigh and the back of your knee. One more breath. We'll open out. One more triangle pose, my favorite shape. It's really preparing us for those dancers poses that are coming next. 2 breaths. Bend the right knee, close the left hand down. We're gonna do like a little switcheroo because the right leg is gonna come into dancers, but the left foot is gonna step forwards. So step your left foot in, pull your right heel back, catch your ankle, and then start to lift your spine. Anchor that pubic bone down, lift the sternum up. Maybe the left arm reaches or hand to heart. Press into your dancer shape. Maybe spread the toes. Hug the thighs towards each other. Again, if your right hip wants to pull out to the right, hug the tailbone in. Woo. One more breath. Step back today. Inhale, high crescent. And exhale, hands to floor. If you want to travel to downward facing dog, left leg to the sky. Bend the knee and open the thigh up. And swing it between the hands. We'll take revolved crescents, so start to press your feet. Hug that sitting bone in line with the back of the knee. Revolve to the left. Cross the right elbow down. Left hand roots. Heart is rolling up. Belly is turning up. One more breath. Triangle pose one more time. Drop that right heel. Lift the heart. Lift that left thigh. Really strong. So strong your toes might come off the floor because you're really igniting the foot down to lift the quad up. Last breath. Let's close it down. And then we'll take that switch of the legs. Right foot forward. Left knee pulls towards the bum. Catch the inside of your foot, thumb up. Right hand to heart. First, get your long spine line. Pubic bone down, heart, sternum up, and then press, press, press. As you press, then you can lean. Last breath. Step back. High crescent lunge, inhale. To downward facing dog, exhale. Slow breathing. Letting out a sigh. And reconnecting with then let's come onto the belly. As you do that, slide your arms forward. We'll take a really simple, gentle cobra lift. Flip your palms, make a loose fist, and then do a bicep curl. Just lift your heart. Anchor your pubic bones, spread out your low back. You can adjust your legs if you need some more space. Pull the chin towards the throat. Option to stay here. This feels really nice for me today. Or you can squeeze both heels back, reach into one bow pose, press into the ankles. And release. Resting on the belly, swiveling the hips a little bit. Take 5 or let's say 6 more breaths or so, changing the turn of your head as you might need to balance out the neck. And just noticing your pulse on the floor. Manipulating the breath. Cooling down. Start to lift the heart up. Come to hands and knees. And then weave your left arm underneath your right arm, pressing into the outer arm there, and then resting on the temple. Maybe the right arm comes out. Gently traction the belly back. Gently lengthen the sitting bones towards the back room. One more breath. Slide the right hand in for support. Lift that left arm up. Give it a little swing. And then go ahead and bring your right arm underneath you. Rest on the temple. Left arm forward for traction. And then start to release that. Swing your legs through your hands one at a time. Let's bring the right shin closest to the body, and then the left shin in front for now. And you can press the hands back. As you do that, press into the pinky edges of the feet and offer the knees wide. And then pull the belly in. Drop the heart down. Let that continue to squish and widen your seat, and then walk your hands forward. So maybe a little bit more of a bowling action, or like a bowing action, as we're in a very more spinally flexed position. If that feels incredibly uncomfortable, then just allow yourself to lengthen the heart forward a little bit instead, taking you out of some of the deflection if that causes lower back agitation. If it feels accessible, the hands might begin to move away and the forehead to the floor. Walk the hands in if they're wide, press your heart up. Lean back as you lift your knees up. And then just change the cross of the shins. And again, adjusting your distance of your legs from your groins. Wrap the outer hips. Big wide seat. And as you lean forward, take an exhale, hollow the belly back. And then keep dropping the heart. Finding ways to lengthen the back of your neck away from the shoulders without shoving the shoulder blades down the back. So instead, focus on the neck lengthening instead of the shoulder blades lengthening the neck. Staying here, or hands begin to walk out and curl and tuck the forehead to the floor. Walk the hands in if they're wide, gently press up, take your time. Let the spine adjust, let the energy of the body adjust. And then one final posture options here. You can rock onto your back for a happy baby or knees to chest. Or stay upright, extend the legs for Upavishta Konasana, thighs roll back and down. Heels press away, and again, hollow the belly. Reach the heart forward while anchoring the seat down. And then hands might slide to feet. Maybe you give your arches a little love, and then draw the forehead towards the floor. Lengthen the neck by lengthening the neck, not shoving the shoulder blades back. Slowly begin to lift. If you're on your back already and happy baby, you can stay there and extend into Shavasana or to lie on one side. I'm going to pick fetal position today for just a moment. Either that or create a comfortable shape or seat that you want to be in right now, where you can just close your eyes and exist in whatever state you're existing in today. And can you let that state be held with gratitude, even if it's not particularly pleasant or comfortable? Holding yourself just with a gentle but honest appreciation for all that you go through and all that is being asked of you right now. Become familiar with all of the sensations of your body again. Notice the bits and the pieces that want to start moving to sort of rouse you back into an awakened state. Maybe you take a big stretch. And I'm going to get a little closer as we come into the end of class. I'd like to share with you something. Sometimes I don't always appreciate the Facebook memory generator, but this morning there was this really sweet bit that I had posted in 2013. So, 7 years ago, I was in my 20s. And I wrote, I strive for this every day. Be happy so long as breath is within you. And that really hit me this morning because I think all of us are kind of having these big waves of ups and downs. I know in particular I am, especially having family in Massachusetts, across the country, while all of this is going on. And so just remembering to invite the happiness in, know that not every moment has to be happy. There's certainly many unhappy moments, but just utilizing the breath as a tool when we might be having these moments of discord or disharmony, and just remembering, I have breath right now, all is well. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Friday. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for popping in. Let me know if you have any questions. And be well. Thank you. Big love today. Take care of yourselves, okay? Thank you, Kate.